Hello, everyone. I am so excited to be back here with another episode of Design Fix, your new favorite show ever. That's right. You heard it here first. It's your favorite show. Welcome to Adobe Live. I'm super excited. If you guys don't know what Design Fix is, essentially Claudia and I rotate kind of every other week, and we go in and help businesses, maybe a side hustle, maybe a startup, anything you might be working on that might need a little bit of design love, maybe a little bit of touching up, maybe just an extra set of eyes. We're here to help out. And so we do that every week, Thursday, 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. PST. Very excited to have you all along. So this week, I'm actually very excited. Oh, first of all, who am I? I'm Alex Lazaris. I run a little design studio called Lazaris. Our website's wearelazaris.com. You can check it out on this little website right here. But if you are tuning in on YouTube, make sure you come on over to Behance, be.net/Adobe Live, to be hanging out with us real time, asking questions, chatting with us, hanging out. If you're tuning in on YouTube after the stream, welcome. We love you as well. I see Annika, Carol, Umacorn, Gareth, Steve, Rob. Welcome, everyone. Hope everybody's having a wonderful middle of your week, end of your week already. Today, I am super excited. We're going to be working with Creative Pounds today. Really cool product, really cool business. We'll start touching into it. We're going to be working pretty much in Express mostly all of today. She has some stuff that she's already built in Illustrator that we're going to be working on and kind of bringing in. But I'm super excited about it. So without further ado, I know we're 3 minutes in. Tell me where you're coming in from, where you're tuning in from. I know Latanya, the owner of Creative Pounds, is, I think, working currently, but will be commuting home very shortly. So she'll be joining us later on in the stream. And if not, she'll be catching the VOD later on. So we're very excited to have her eyes later on. But essentially, this project that we're going to be working on today is with Creative Pounds. Really cool idea, really cool name. I'm going to read off a bunch of the stuff she sent us. But essentially, unlike a lot of the other design fixes that we've had where they didn't have a brand yet, or they needed more love and help, we're really just taking her work and trying to expand it even further. So this, I think, stream will be a really good fit for you if you're, maybe working at a company, or, you're inheriting a brand from a client and you need to just like evolve it and pull it across and just make content really quickly. And we're gonna be doing that with Adobe Express. So if you don't know what Adobe Express is kind of like the lightest form of a bunch of really great tools that you already have with your Adobe Creative Cloud subscription. It's like a lightweight Photoshop. It's a lightweight InDesign. It's a lightweight After Effects or Premiere Pro. You get a little bit of GIFs. You can do some photo editing, lots of type layouts, and then resizing stuff really quickly. So that's what you can really use Express for. It is an absolutely free program, but it does get better with your Adobe Creative Cloud subscription. So just something to keep in mind when you are working with an Express. And I'll show you kind of some of the pros about using your Creative Cloud subscription within it as we kind of dive into the stream. I see Rob is tuning in from Saskatoon. That's crazy. Welcome. Hope you're not freezing like we are in the blistering cold Los Angeles, where we had snow yesterday. Perfect. So without further ado, let's dump into what Creative Pounds is. So she sent over this stuff. Obviously, we've got some great logos and explorations that she's already done. We're going to actually just scroll into it. For those of y'all who are not familiar, Creative Pounds is a Black-owned creative studio and stationery brand based in Alexandria, Virginia, established by illustrator and founder Latanya Jones. Founded in 2017, Creative Pounds started under another business name offering custom event signage and services, and in 2019 began to sell enameled pins inspired by the founder's daughter, Logan? I think that's how you say it. I'm going to butcher names. I'm sorry. So who served as we're just going to catch back up, who has been battling a chronic illness since she was 2 days old. That is heartbreaking. Logan serves as a everyday motivation to fill a noticeable void in the Black stationery and design space. She is the namesake of the brand, with her initials being LBS, the same letters used to abbreviate the words pounds. So I love that we've got, a really deep, great backstory to this brand and business. So really all we want to do is not change it or, anything like that. We want to just kind of help give her some extra tools to kind of help market every day. Now Creative Pounds is offering a variety of paper goods such as greeting cards, stickers, bookmarks, art prints that depict everyday joy and culture of Black people. All designs are thoughtfully illustrated by Latanya using bright colors, lettering, unique characters, and cultural references as hallmarks for the brand. With our fun and colorful collection of products, we have something for everyone to enjoy and is weighted in creativity and affirmed by culture. In addition to my stationery business, as an illustrator, I also design products, content, assets for small businesses, nonprofits, and you can find some more of their projects over here. So I already got the links up for everybody. So Kids for Culture is one that she also runs, making diverse books and toys for children. Also a really great cause and initiative. She also works with the National HPV Vaccination Roundtable. And I can see some of your illustrations. I think these are yours coming in here, which is also really cool to see. You have a very kind of distinct style that you own and bring into all your projects. So I'm going to try to capture that with you in the Express stuff that we're doing. I'm obviously not you and I can't do your lettering, but I'll try to get as close as we can. And then Creative Pounds, if you go to creativepounds.com, this is really the primary brand that we're going to be working with today. Let's go back in. Latanya provided great information about both, her audience as well as her goals. And we want to just kind of communicate that to the Adobe audience, because I know a lot of the other brands we've had haven't given us this much detail. And this is awesome to see. I love when brands have a very cohesive, well thought out understanding of who their demographic is, who their customer base is. So you can kind of really start to picture it and start to communicate efficiently with that audience. So it's amazing. Annika says, OMG, Alex lettering. I'm here for it. Annika, I thought of you immediately when I said that. And I was like, oh no, Annika's going to get mad if I use Comic Papyrus. I'm going to not use Comic Papyrus this stream, I think. I like Latanya's lettering way too much to try to do my own with Comic Papyrus. All right. So anyways, audience demographics are Black women ages 19 to 25, vendors about 26 to 44. I should say the first one is obviously shoppers. So people that might be at an event or a booth and kind of walking by in your physical space, maybe like a farmer's market. You might have a booth there potentially. I feel like lots of things go into farmers markets. Farmers markets are amazing. All right. So tend to have an older audience on social media because of what I post, a lot of throwback illustrations, hand lettering quotes, music lyrics. My audience is an app person and online store is a bit younger. The college crowd, they tend to make quicker impulse purchases from me, whereas my older audience will take their time. My audience also loves bright colors and music. I love this. I'm going to keep repeating that. Knowing your audience this well is so important to making a successful brand and a successful business. So the fact that you already have tested, different color palettes and seen what's resonating with your audience, also the posts and the types of content you're posting, awesome stuff to see. Your audience also has a great sense of humor. We like to share laughs and have fun. I love when my audience lets me know that my products or services brought a smile to their face. This is what makes it easy to love what I do. And that's amazing. Because if you're not loving what you're doing, that's, it's a lot. It's a lot. So love what you do if you can. All right. So goals. My goals for this year are to gain more wholesale clients. I currently sell my products in 35 stores across 18 states in the United States. I would love to be in all 50 by the end of the year. To be able to quit my full-time job and operate my business full-time basis. That's also an amazing goal. Another goal, to host an Adobe Live session by drumming up more exposure to my social media content. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And then to collaborate with retail brands that I love, such as Target, Cost Plus, World Market, and Wigmans. So I love this. I love that we're already seeing this. Yeah, let me know, Khalid, if the audio is low. Let me know. I can raise it up. I think we should be good, though, but let me know. I can happily adjust. I love these goals. I love this audience. I love that you've already put so much time and consideration in all this. So without further ado, we're going to start jumping into it. This is awesome stuff to see, though. Annika says, can we bump it up a little bit? Yep. Boom. Is that better? We can also go just a tiny bit more. Bing, 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 bing. Perfect. All right. Let me know if that's too loud now and we can turn it down. But without further ado, let's jump into it. So what Latanya provided was the vector version of this logo. She's already provided a color version of this as well. This is a JPEG, so I can't edit it. So if I wanted to, I would have to go in, or not JPEG, it's a PNG. But what we're gonna do here is really quickly just look at this, see what details she's already provided. Looks like she's got some color palette references in here as well. I can't tell if this was already early explanations or what. And I'm curious where the natural tones come into versus like the bright and colorful. Is this bright and colorful enough? I know that a lot of your social already looks like this. So we're going to look at it real quick. Is I'm going to just move this over. I'm going to just make a, oops, wrong button. Command Shift O, nope. Command O, When you forget your keyboard commands because you're on Adobe Live. There we go. Shift O. Nope. Why? There we go. All right, put an artboard around here. And then I've got this vector version as well. I'm going to pull this vector version over, and then I'm going to delete some of these layers just to get a clean, simple version of the logo without any of the extra bits yet. Boom. Creative pounds. And I'm going to just quickly grab this. I see Annika saying we're good in all caps and chat asking her why she's yelling. It's amazing. All right, so I'm going to group this, Command G, group it all together, and then Shift O. Stop pressing P, Laz. I keep pressing Command P and then open up the perspective tool. Don't do that. All right, so I've got two now. I've got the black version of the logo. I'm also just going to duplicate it over really quick and then just give us a white version just in case. So these are kind of just the baseline things I'm going to do. I'm going to just grab these. I'm going to go export. So I've got a black logo, a white logo, and I've also got the color logo that she's already made. So what we're going to do really quickly is we're going to pull it in to my Adobe Live folder. I'm going to export it really, really quick. 2 through 4. I'm going to skip the first artboard and then just export it at 300. Annika says, lol, not the perspective grid. I secretly love it. The perspective grid and I have not gotten along for years because it always comes up when I don't need it. And for a long time, it felt like it was impossible to close. So perspective grid and I are still like kind of contentious. But I'm glad somebody's giving it the love it deserves. All right, so what we're going to do here really quickly is we're going to go to brands. And so if you're new to Express, this is the kind of play space you want to set up before you start doing any actual designing. You're going to go create a brand. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pull the logo she has. So the color logo. Boom, Adobe Live, creative pounds. And I'm going to go in here. Great. And I'll pull that PNG for us. Just hit escape to close. I know it's escape to close, but it used to be more than escape to close. I swear I'm not crazy. I thought it was like you had to like specifically hit the corner and escape never worked for like 6 years. I might be wrong. I probably am. But that's why the perspective tool and I didn't get along. So for colors of the brand, we're going to pull from the logo color just to kind of give us that like peachy color and then choose your font. And we can find some Adobe fonts to pull in here. We've got this local bold one, which I think is a local brewery bold. And that one is the one I think is probably the closest to her script font right now. This will work for like social posts and stuff without having to do custom hand lettering every time. Creative pounds. Create my brand. Cool. So this is the baseline for your brand building within Express. What you're going to want to do is actually go in and add secondary colors. Let me grab something really quick from the logo. So we got some really nice natural kind of colors coming in here. I'm assuming that this is what she meant by like, they like colorful, bright things. Some of these are a little bit more like subtle and subdued, but I think they'll work really well to start. Here, let's just grab this. More colors. I go in here and then just copy paste. Rob says, I keep thinking it's Friday, Annika, so you get punchy Rob today. Rob, I feel you. Today feels like a Friday, but it's not. So I empathize with that. All right. Go in here, grab some blue. We're just going to pull all these brand colors in really, really quickly. And these don't have to be used in every single one of your assets by any means, but it's just good to have these in here, and we can always adjust this later on in our brands palette. Cool. So we got pretty much every logo color into the colors panel, and then we've got the primary colorful logo, and then we're going to just add the black and white logos as well. I got to do it one by one. Carol says this is Friday Eve. That's fair. That is fair. Steve, being in New Zealand, says it's Friday here. It's Friday again. All right. Perfect. Now we got all these logos in there. We are looking good. All right. So now we got a secondary font. So we've got our heading fonts. We're not going to want to use local brewery bold for paragraph copy on any of our social posts. It's going to get way too hard to read, especially small. So we're going to want to pair it with probably something a little bit more simple. I'm looking probably for a typeface that is a rounded, has like rounded anchor points, but is also like not a serif to contrast it. So I'm probably looking like this Acumen bold might be okay to replace that. Let's see. I might need a little bit more. I might need like a Lotto, I think might give me something. Let's see. But you can always upload your own custom fonts too. So if you have something that, you know, your brand needs, or, you know, that you've custom built yourself, you can absolutely use those. I'm going to just go with Acumen, I think, to start. I think Lotto has maybe too sharp. Cool. So we're going to do this. I'm going to just save it. We can also, you know, mess with like logos, headers, and footers and all that stuff with this space, but I think we're good. Just go back out of this, and then what's going to happen is whenever you create a new brand, it's going to pop it into somewhere in this area. If you see this star over here, this means that this, a moment in time, which was last week's brand, is our primary. So we're going to actually go in here and we're going to click make default. If you don't click make default, this is something that a lot of people forget. You're going to be working on a different brand. So colors, type, even the logos will be kind of importing a different brand from what you're working on. So you want to make sure that your default is set to that, and that's really important. Cool. So before we jump into, you know, actually creating for her, it's important to kind of look at what's working on our social channel already. So what we're going to do is, oh yeah, I was lurking through your social earlier. I love this, that you did a little intro about who you are, your zodiac sign, how long you've been in business. These are great. You're a huge Jay-Z fan. Yeah, this is great. When I retire, I want to live abroad. Exact location TBD. This was 16 weeks ago though. So Latanya, if this has changed, let us know. Where would you want to retire to if you know exactly where it is? And chat, if you have a sunny spot in the world that you want to retire to, or maybe it's the cold. Maybe you want to be in Saskatoon. If that's the case, let us know where you want to retire. Yeah, I'm curious to see what chat says about retiring. Cool. So we're going to look here. I like these natural color palettes. You've obviously got a cool little GIF happening here. That's super fun. Cool. I think my favorite posts that you've done are ones that contextualize things. So it's doing, you know, the card, but then you've got a little bit of like extra staging for it. I think that's amazing. Annika says Bora Bora Islands. Ooh, good choice. Obviously, like, these pieces are amazing as well. They're super strong. Bring in your type and your color palettes. It feels very on brand for you. I think just for me, like, I like things mocked up, but maybe that's because I just do too many brands and everything is always mocked up to contextualize it. Yeah, these are all cool. Like, these are all great pieces. Congrats on hitting over 1,000 followers. That's awesome. Cody says, can you try on some of those sweet jackets behind you? No, I can't fit any of them anymore. I'm now too fat and no longer a skinny racer like I used to be. Officially washed up. But thanks for asking, Cody. That's hilarious. Cool. Let's see here. So we're going to just jump straight into pulling some more stuff. So we got it built out in Express. We got the brand there. So we can start even if we want to. Let's say maybe we're doing like, chat, what do you think y'all want to see? Instagram story, flyers. I think we're going to start with like an Instagram story just to get it there. And then maybe we'll do a flyer just to convert it to show you kind of how you can do both things all at once. So in case you're not familiar with Express, Express has a bunch of different templates you can start with. So if you go in the top left corner and you go to the template section, you can start searching from the ground up with whatever you need. So I was going to say announcements, or maybe we can do like a pop-up shop. I think a pop-up shop, if we can get a cool pop-up shop looking thing, that would make me really happy. This could work to start. I don't like how fussy some of these graphics are. I think even this one's probably closer to your social pieces right now. Sometimes you might not find a template, and we'll show you how you can either start with a template or you can create your own custom one as well. And we'll start working with that. So right now we're starting with this as a template. What you're going to do is you're going to go over here to design on the far right of the screen, and you're going to click the magic wand tool. And the magic wand tool, you can bring in your own brand. Let's see here. Apply brand. Let's see what it does. Okay, not exactly what I was looking for there. We'll just rotate through. If you keep clicking, I'll keep shuffling through supposedly your color palette. They do give you tints and tones of it though, and they don't give you your exact color palette currently. So if that's the case, you might need to just go in and start to like upgrade some of the colors yourself manually. So yeah, we go in there. We can also go to design with the wand again, and then it'll give you like variations. So right now it's giving you very simple kind of alterations up top, and then it starts to get a little bit more complex currently at the bottom. But none of those are really fitting. We're going to actually just go in here and start to ungroup stuff. Special, there's custard. I don't know if we need this. We'll go. And just open up this group. Okay, let's change this. We've got this drip thing. What I'm going to do is try to replace it. Let's see what it's got. It's got this drip, different drips, all these with the crown. Any of the assets you see in the crown on the asset tab, that means that it's part of Adobe Creative Cloud subscription. So you won't be able to use it on the free accounts on Adobe Express. But if you do have Creative Cloud already, boom, click it. You can use it. You're good. Brush. Let's see if we have a different thing from brush versus drip. I don't want a fussy brush. I don't want to see like the dry marker and stuff like that because it doesn't fit the aesthetic that you've already kind of cultivated. So we're going to just grab this. Maybe we'll just do a shape instead. Shape. Curves. Let's let Express do some thinking real quick. It's confused. Curve. Maybe we can find a blob. Cool. So we got a curve. We can just grab this shape. And I think if we just grab this and then we change this to like, boom. Let's actually just remove pretty much the entire thing and we'll just start from scratch. I think especially for a brand that's already so finessed like yours is, leaving the, just starting from scratch, especially since you're already a designer, we can just, duplicate this and you can create your own kind of custom graphics really quick. So we're just going to mess with this and start to play with some of the shapes, get them to kind of overlap. We're just treating this as like a background element right now. So let's see what else we can get out of here. Maybe I'll use this as like a filler. And I'll grab this, boom. So we can just play with like these elements in the background if we want as a kind of an additional treatment. We can play with it as a curve. Essentially what we're just trying to use this section here is to kind of break up content. So if we're going to say, you know, pop-up shop this Thursday. So we can just type that in real quick. Add your text. I'll go in here and be like, pop up shop. And what we're going to want to do is go to our fonts. Should be pulling my brand fonts really quickly. Brewery. Pop-up shop. Brewery has a, what's it called? A little bit of a fuzz to it. It's a little brush strokey, which is what we were trying to avoid earlier. But I think for the point of showing this in a lockup, we can find a different typeface later on. All right, we can do, let's go for legibility. So let's just make this like a dark brown for right now. Ugh. There we go, that's better. All right, so we got that pop-up shop, and then we'll use Lotto as the secondary. So we're gonna duplicate this really quick. This Thursday. I'm going to change this to Lotto. But if you're working within the type tool within Express, what you can do is you can quickly go down to the font recommendations and just start exploring. You know, there's an Explorer tab right here. It's already showing you kind of some quick little easy wins to use. Unfortunately, none of these are matching the aesthetic that I want right now. So what we can do is we can start to scroll. Maybe this is a better typeface for the pop-up shop. We'll just keep these both on the artboard for just right now. Pop-up shop. Kind of looks like lobster font. Everybody's favorite. There we go. Okay. So this is where we're at right now with it. We've got two different options for the pop-up shop. I still think that this works better with your own. So we'll just keep it even though it's a little bit rough. All right, let's scroll. Let's see what we can find for a typeface that will match. Maybe this is okay. If we do this and then just, so you got like scripty handwriting and then you've got non-scripty handwriting. Maybe that's a thing. I think it's probably still not, but we'll mess with it. We will mess with it. We're just looking really quickly to find a typeface that has a rounded ligature. You know what? I'm going to use my Adobe fonts to find a new typeface. All right, so here we go. We've got this type right here. I'm really looking for, you know, go in here really quickly and then filter. And then I'm going to go into sans serif, not monospace, not handwritten, not decorative. Properties. Does it have an anchor? No, I don't think so. We'll go for something like this, regular weight, and then let's see what it'll give me. Clear all. All right, regular weight. Let's see if this will help me sort through them really fast. I wonder, So difficult to find it. fonts. Adobe. Cool. Let's do it through. Umacorn says not lobster. All right, let's log in here. All right. Let's see here. All fonts. Font packs. Browse all fonts. All right, let's see if I can filter this. All right. Filters, 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 filters. Clean. Friendly. Rounded. That's what I was looking for. I knew there was going to be a rounded feature that I needed really quickly. Apply. Let's see if we can pull Apply into, this one. Din Shui. All right, Din Shui is what we're going to try. All right, let's see if we have Shui in this. DNP. Shui. Aha. We has it. Does it not have an English version? I don't think Din Shui is in English. All right, we're going to go back to the drawing board on Adobe Fonts. Let's see here. Quicksand could work. Let's see here. Apply. Bryant could work too. Bryant might work really well. Bryant 2. All right. Bryant. Yay, we win. Look at that, chat. All right, showed you a couple different ways really quickly to search for fonts. One, just brute force it and keep looking, and that's how it works. So, all right, that works pretty good actually. We got this Thursday. I think we could probably do it all caps. Perfect. So we can scroll this down a little bit, pull this in here. All right, the type tool within Express is actually pretty cool. So what I'm going to do here is duplicate it, just pull it down really quickly. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at it from a shape perspective. You can highlight it, you can outline it. We could pull, like a highlight that is one of our secondary colors. Maybe we need to like really drive home that it's this Thursday. Rob says winning on a Thursday. That's what I like to hear. So that's a great option you have. You can do the shape that way. You can also mask the text if you want, and that'll knock it out of that shape layer. You can change the shape as well. You can, do a bookmark type thing or a ribbon. You can do circles. You can outline everything. You put stuff everywhere. There's a lot of really cool things you can do within, the mask and the filters and stuff like that. For the sake of this, we're going to just keep it really simple. So we're not going to do a shape. We're not going to do a shadow either. You can obviously add and change the shadow length and depth and the rotation, the angle. So just stuff to think about whenever you're designing. Also, you have the outline ability. So you can outline all the type here. You can give it a little bit of extra spacing or padding if you need. But I'm not going to do any of those. You have the ability to also curve it. So that's always fun. You can just do like pop-up shop this Thursday. If you wanted, you could use in like space. And then just cheat it a little bit. So it's like boom. And then do a little rotation. Delete just a couple spaces. So if we did this, this is actually a little bit too chaotic right now. Just rotate that, see how it looks like that. Okay, and then shrink it. I think it's forcing it too much if I did that. So we're just going to do this. I'm going to center this type. And then pull it in the middle. And this Thursday. And then we're going to give like an address. I'm going to duplicate this layer. And then I'm going to just put in like 1, 2, 3, awesome place. Alexandra, Virginia. Cool. So I think that's the. Let's see here. I think Alexandria, Virginia is correct. Yep. All right. So if that's the case, we're going to pull this in. We've got this stacked because that's how it's working within the bounding box. I'm going to capitalize the A and the P. And then I'm just going to pull this over really quickly. Cool. So if that's there, cool. We can just pull this in. And then what I can do really quickly is grid it up if I wanted to, just to kind of space it out. And then center it. Okay, grid it. Doesn't really work when you have commas and stuff in there. You could do magic as well. If you do the magic, it will just constantly change the breakpoints based off the copy and the bounding box you have, which is also super fun. And just pull that down in here. This Thursday, maybe that's too bold now because it's, there we go. Something like that. We'll want it high enough that it doesn't get lost in the UI. If this is an Instagram story, that we don't want to like have it get, you know, taken out by the message box and stuff like that. Rob says, I'm building ads for tractor tires. Thanks for rescuing me from this toil with an excellent diversion. Well, nicely done. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate it. We can, you know, we're being productive together on this Thursday. And that's really what it all, you know, that's all we can hope for. Cool. I'm going to put that there. I have stolen some images from your website as well. We can do that really quickly and pull them in. I think let's look at celebration. Let's see if we have any celebration cards that might fit this color theme. Cool. Let's grab this image and then go here. Nope, that's not gonna work. So I have to download it real quick. Ooh. Click into the graduation photo and then save image as. I'll just pull it really quickly. Drive. From site. Cool. And then we'll grab that and we'll pull it in. Oh, I grabbed a WebP. All right, did I grab all? No, I didn't. Okay. Yes, I did. Got a different option I can do. All right. Here's the image. I just took a screenshot of it, and then I'm going to go down here, drag and drop. And then we've got this great card, but it's got a white background. So what we're going to do is actually try to use the remove background tool within Express and just quickly grab it and pull it out. See how it works with these. Too much. Great for, let's see here. All right, I might have to just do a quick Photoshop one instead. Oh no, where's everything? Express? Where'd you go? What's going on? All right, I'm going to reload this page real quick and see what happened. All right, cool. We're back. All right, so let's see if we can pull a different image maybe on the website. Okay. All right, so actually, let's just see. Go from a social standpoint. We got this Thursday. What we can do is take your photo from the website. I saw it earlier. Whoops. Save image as. There. Cool. Grab that. And if you, I mean, Latanya is already an expert with Express, but we can show you really quickly what you can do with some really cool stuff. So we're gonna go in here and crop in shape, and we're going to start messing with it. And you can really start to play with some of these beautiful crops. I'm just gonna play with it with this. I think that's a nice soft curve hexagon that will allow us to kind of start to pull it together. Monica says it auto saves, so it's all safe. Yes, that is the great thing about working with an Express. It's constantly pushing everything to the cloud. So, you know, if you do get stuck on a glitch or something, reload it and you won't be really losing any progress, if any. So always great. So you got that. Pop up the shop this Thursday. And we'll put something like extra in here. Instead of just keeping it really generic, we'll do something like wrap your favorite Jay-Z lyric to me for 15% off. Perfect. That way, like, you know, you're bringing in all that kind of like fun voice and tone that you've talked about on your strategy and how your community resonates with, you know, hip hop lyrics, and that your favorite artist is Jay-Z. So just bring that in there, have some fun with it, and then we'll actually use this as we'll do an shape layer for it, and we'll give it a different color, something like that, and play with the bounding box. Perfect. I can also just put a complete black box or box around it. I think that's what I'll do. I'm just going to grab a shape from the shape tool over here. Steve says ROP. No, it's wrap. It has a little, there's the A, it's got a doohickey hanging down. It's the technical term. Doohickeys. I love working with typographers because they get to hear me say the stupidest things. And it's amazing. All right, I'm going to go backwards. Oops, I didn't mean to duplicate that. I'm going to adjust the layer order. We can also click to bring it down there. I'm going to pull this up. And that should be there. Cool. We'll start playing with that still. And there. And we're going to grab this a little bit wider and then just center it again perfectly. If I can get it to snap to the purple anchor point. Take your time. There we go. Perfect. So that gives you a little bit of fun with it. Rohan says round font always gives you unwanted challenge. Yeah. Round fonts are interesting. I'm actually going to lower the line height between these as well, just to get them a little bit closer. But just smallest little change. Cool. So that works. That's one. And then we're going to duplicate the page. And then we're going to make this like a flyer. So if this is like a pop-up shop kind of happening for your business, we're going to go in here. We're going to click resize. And we'll go to print. And we'll do just like just a letter. Let's say this is going to be a tabletop flyer for an event that you're at. And we'll be like, about me. About me. And then we'll pull in a little bit from your website. Work with me, portfolio, FAQs, about us. That's what we'll do, is we'll change that to about us. And then we'll start playing with the type. I'm going to resize this background stuff. bit of a blob. I'm going to delete some of these little squiggles. Cool. And we'll just change this, and then we can always shrink it and change it up as well. Duplicate, and we'll just pull this over, rotate it around for good measure. I like that they're kind of complementing your photo as well. Just put you up in the center, top center, and drag it up. We'll do about us, and then we'll go grab that copy. Boom. And then we're just going to paste it in here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We are not doing a grid there. I'm going to just mess with this stuff really quick and change this bottom thing. If this is your pop-up, you don't need the location of the event. So we'll just do your website, creativepounds.com. And for some reason, it's behind everything. Cool. That's great. Okay, we're going to play with this type here really quickly. We'll just do some typesetting. Again, I like that these blobs that are happening are kind of taking inspiration from your photo backdrop, and then you have the beautiful curve kind of coming between the foreground and background in your image as well. So it gives us lots of options. I don't know why it's not snapping for me. This type is Express, work for me today, please. All right, I'm gonna click into this. Let's try to give ourselves a little bit of some spacing. Doesn't seem like it's wanting to participate. Okay, we might have to separate these out or strip it down a little bit more. Let's just do that. We'll just duplicate. All right, so we got Creative Pounds. Center it. Just get all that centered type to work beautifully. Okay, we'll duplicate this. And then copy paste in what we had originally. And then I'll grab this. Just because the spacing is not working like we would want, we just need a little bit more like type control. It's starting to look really good though. Let's just add that extra copy in. Start pulling it in. And then boom, boom. We only got one more paragraph. I know we have like 6 minutes left, so I'm trying to speed through this as quickly as possible. Chat, if you have any questions though, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them and get this into a good spot. So I think let's get this little thing is not centering for some reason. All right, almost centered. All right, and then I'm gonna scale it up. Let's go in here. Perfect. Got that there. All right, so that's a start. We have 5 minutes. Rob says, does Express use any sort of paragraph styles or such? No. Nope. Not that I'm aware of. How do you figure out what size ratio should be between your typefaces like H1, H2, etc.? Oh man, that's a whole thing. You typically want like 1.5 times the size. Sometimes it's twice the size between each weight, just so you have enough hierarchy. I would say sometimes, most of the time, it's twice the increments. You do a multiplication table essentially. All right, so we've got these beautiful little doodles that you made. Really quickly, I'm just going to do like a quick pattern make with it. I'm just going to move this X in so it's not touching that as much. Cool. We can grab this. We got a pattern make. Got 3 minutes left. Whoa. Okay, I got this big image. I'm going to just quickly put it on a layer. File, export as 5. Artboard 5. Say, okay, cool. And now I'm going to grab it and pull it in. We could duplicate this really, really quickly. I'm going to pull this in and then just use this as a pattern element for the background. I'm going to lower the opacity down all the way and then multiply it. It's probably too big. Screen. Will screen get us what we want? Nope. Multiply. Let's change this really quick actually. Grab that color palette, go in here, double click into it to edit again, and then just adjust everything to that. And then file, export, super duper fast. And we got no time at all. Just do it really, really fast. Replace, great, fine, awesome. Bring it in. You'll want to like obviously adjust size and scale and everything, but I think little things like this could work really well if you bring it down below, like the shape layers. So maybe on this page. So we have this page. Okay, cool. So I'll do this where this background is more large. Pull that over and then delete this one. And then I can have this background multiply. And then I can duplicate this as well. Just wanting to see it a little bit in the corners, but not really everywhere, because restraint I think is really important when it comes to these. So then I can also grab this background element and then lower it. Cool. So it's like that. Something like that could work really well as well. Obviously, I think when you're working within these pieces, just grabbing certain elements, so like another option that we're going to do is just grab this collection of just little bits of design elements that you've already had, and we could throw those kind of in the corners and just have like 2-3 of them, not a gigantic repeating pattern of it. But you know, you can start to see how if you wanted to, if you've already built stuff in Illustrator, you can pull it in really quickly. So with that said, we've got 1 minute left, so I'll do a quick little recap. We did some type pairing, started pulling some of the design elements that you've already got. We did a social story. We did a little flyer for like an event space. There's no paragraph style, so we had to do that a little bit manually, which ate up a bit of time. And then we just really enjoyed learning about your business and about you, and excited to see your journey. Make sure everyone to go follow her at Creative Pounds on Instagram. Check her out on creativepounds.com. And we will be heading over to Twitch with Kyle after this. So thank you everybody for hanging out. I really appreciate it. We'll see you next week with Claudia taking over Design Fix again. And we'll see y'all very, 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 very shortly. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye, everybody.